Hello, my name is Connor Rootfjord, and today I will be talking about the Armenian Genocide. To start off with some background, this region of Turkey is known as Eastern Anatolia or Western Armenia, and this is the historical homeland of the Armenian people. Since the 11th century, this region underwent invasions from Turkic-speaking peoples, and then eventually, in the 15th and 16th centuries, the Ottoman Turks captured this area. Since then, the Christian Armenians had become a minority, and the Muslim Turks had become the majority. This started discrimination against the Armenians for being Christian and Armenian from the Turks and the Kurds that lived there. In 1894, Armenians in the Sasun region refused to pay an unjust tax. This leads to Ottoman soldiers and Kurdish tribesmen killing them by the thousands. In the next year, Armenians gathered in Istanbul to petition for reform. This also leads to a massacre after Ottoman police broke up the demonstration. Then, a group of Turks known as the Young Turks begin their political rise to power and start promoting discrimination against non-Turkish people. Despite this, in World War I, the Young Turks ask the Dasnak Sutyan, a leading Armenian political group, to join the Ottomans. The Dasnak Sutyan decline and they join the Russians. As we start moving closer to the beginning of the actual genocide, in January 2015, Enver Pasha lost the Battle of Sarikamish to the Russians. This was mainly due to poor leadership and bad conditions on the part of the Turks, but the Young Turk government decides to place the blame on Armenians, who in reality had nothing to do with it. Different groups of Armenian soldiers fought with both the Russians and with the Ottomans. These Armenians fighting with the Ottomans were disarmed and moved into labor battalions. At the same time, Ottoman soldiers traveled through Armenian villages on the Russian border, slaughtering Armenians as they went. When the Armenians tried to resist, this gave the Ottomans the reason they needed to continue the killing. On April 24th, 1915, Talat Pasha, the leader of the Young Turks at the time, ordered the arrest and deportation of 250 Armenian intellectuals and politicians in Istanbul. This deportation continued, and Armenian civilians were rounded up out of their homes and sent on death marches through mountains and desert to concentration camps. If they didn't die on the march, they would most likely be killed in these camps. Between 1915 and 1916, between 600,000 to more than 1 million Armenians either died during death marches or by being straight up murdered. By the end of World War I, more than 90% of Armenians living in the Ottoman Empire were gone. Despite overwhelming evidence and more than numerous eyewitness testimonies to the events of the Armenian Genocide, to this day, the Turkish government still does not recognize that a genocide even took place. The Turkish government acknowledges the deportation of Armenians, but they pass that off as a necessary wartime measure. In fact, if you are a Turkish citizen and you acknowledge that a genocide took place, you can be prosecuted for insulting Turkishness. That is a real crime in Turkey. Another interesting thing, just something to think about, the United States never actually officially recognized the genocide as a genocide until 2019, when it was voted on, which is, just something to think about. Alright, once again, I'm Connor Rootfjord. That was my video on the Armenian Genocide. Thank you for your time.